Hi everyone, my name is Peter Pross. I'm a developer advocate at Autodesk, and in this recording, I want to give a quick introduction into the Apple Vision Pro headset, as well as some of the demos we're planning to show at AU this year. So starting with the headset itself, there's not a lot of physical controls on it really, just this wheel on the side that you can use to adjust the fit. On the top left side, a button that is typically used to start or stop, shut down the device, and something called a digital crown and at the top right. And we will get more into what the digital crown is for later. Now, as for the basic controls, you typically point and click at things in your Apple Vision Pro simply using your eyes and tap gestures. Now, if I look at the individual checkboxes here, I hope you can see that they highlight, indicating that they understand I'm looking at them. And then if I want to tap a specific checkbox, I just do what's called a tap gesture. Just this. All right. Now, you can also physically, quote unquote, touch UI elements by actually like getting close enough and touching them with your fingers. That also works. Um, Now, if you want to bring up your application menu, there's a couple ways to do that. First, you can actually press the digital crown. If I do that, I now see my applications. I can also use the pinch and drag gesture to scroll through all my apps. And I can press the digital crown again to hide my applications. Another way to bring the menu up is by using the following hand gesture. Okay, so pointing your palm upwards until a circle appears and then tapping your index finger and thumb. Okay. Once you have your applications windows open, you can move them around by grabbing this little bar beneath each window. You can reposition your windows the same way I can reposition my notes here. I can also look at the bottom right corner and grab it to resize my windows. And if I wanted to close my apps, I could look at the cross icon and tap to close the window, but I'm not going to do that right now. That is how you control your and position your objects or application windows in your space. If you have more apps open, for example, I open, I don't know, uh, another application here, I may need to look at other windows and tap at them to bring them into focus. Okay, so let me close this app for now. All right. You can also bring up the system menu like this. Turn your head down and tap. This brings up the system menu where you can disable or enable Wi-Fi or enable the airplane mode. All right, and finally, you can also use the digital crown and rotate it clockwise to blend into an immersive mode where now I'm in Hawaii. Or you can rotate the digital crown counterclockwise to go back to the see-through mode. Okay. Now we will also provide a printed document on site at the expo hall with some additional tips and troubleshooting directions because sometimes when different people put the headset on, the headset may need to be, for example, recalibrated for different interpupillary distance, or the headset may need to recalibrate for the specific user's eyes to actually be able to uh, track the eye movement accurately. All right. Now, moving to the demo applications. We built two demos that we want to show at AU. One is a web application, and the other one is a native visionOS application. For the web demo, all you need to do is open Safari, and we will have our live demo preloaded. If for whatever reason Safari is closed or the page is gone, simply go to aps-visionos-demo.autodesk.io and the app will be running there. Let me reload the page. This is what the app looks like. It's very simple. It's controlled just like anything else inside visionOS, so with eye gaze and tap gestures. So there's no need to log in here. The app is set up to automatically have access to a single sandbox ACC project. So here I can tap and enter my ACC hub, ACC project. And here's where I can scroll and browse through folders, subfolders, use the back button to go back, back to the parent folder. And after selecting a file, let's say this Snowden Towers sample architecture RBT file, let me bring this back. We're presented with a simple embedded 3D preview of one of the views of our Revit file. We can interact with it inside this embedded 3D view. And what's more interesting is we can also grab the model and take it outside of the 3D model. And we do that by pinch and hold until we hear a click, and then we can move the model, let's say, in front of us. We can interact with the object. It's basically a separate object in our space, so we can move it wherever we want. We can scale it up or down, or if we want to close it, we can just click the close button. Um, Now you can use the thumbnails at the bottom to switch to other views for the same Revit file. In this case, we're looking at the stairs, and again, we can grab them until we hear a click and place them somewhere in our space. Okay. All right. That is for our web application. So we've covered all of these steps. Okay. And for our native app, when you open the application menu, you should find an app called Design Viewer with the Autodesk logo. And when we open it, it will work very similar to the web application demo, meaning that you will be able to select an ACC project. In this case, we only see one. And after selecting the project, we'll be able to browse through the folders and files within this ACC project. So we can get inside folders, go back, and after selecting a model, let's say this Revit Mechanical Advanced sample project, we're presented with the views available for this Revit file. So let me grab the first one, the 3D view. Now we are presented with a simple preview of the 3D model. And what we can do is we can open what I call portals. A portal is a separate window that you can position anywhere. You can even attach them to flat surfaces, and it will act as a portal inside to look inside the 3D model. We close it. What you can also do is you can use this Enter Immersive button to enter immersive mode, which will basically bring you inside the model. And now we're inside the same Revit model. We can still grab our applications window and position it somewhere else. And when we're done, we can hit the Exit Immersive button to go back. And that is it for our Apple Vision Pro introduction. Thank you.